All right, so boys and girls, we already learned how to do a problem like 26 times 3 using compensation. So this isn't the new way. I'm just going to review the old way really quick. So if we were using compensation, I would take this and I would estimate first. And when I estimate, I can see that 26 is close to 30. So I'm going to multiply it by 3 because that's the factor I'm working with. And I get 90. Shh. And then I'm going to take a look, and when I did 26 and I rounded up to 30, I had to add 4 to get to my 30. So when I was at 26, I had to add 4, and that got me to my 30. I'm going to go ahead and multiply. So this method was the compensating method, and I want you to think of all these methods like a recipe. There's different recipes to get to the correct answer or the correct product. So I'm going to take this 26 times 3, and I'm going to finally show you the other way, which is our new way, the break apart method. So the break apart method is very similar to lattice, and some of you learned lattice last year, but it is a slightly different.
I did not learn lattice.
I'm going to start off with drawing a box. That's pretty simple. I'm going to take this first number, this first factor that I'm multiplying by, and I'm going to put it in what's called expanded form. So this 2 is really worth 20, and the 6 is worth 6. Each one of those is going to get its own column. And then I'm going to take my 3, and I'm going to put it on this side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 times 20. So I'm going to do 3 times 2, which is 6, and add my 1 0. Then I'm going to do 3 times 6, which is 18. And then I'm going to take these two numbers and add them together. And I get 78. You're going to notice that's the same exact answer that I got using the compensation method. This is just another way of solving it. All right, let's try another problem using the break apart method. And obviously the very first step was to, you're right, draw a box. All right, step 2, I'm going to take this first number and I'm going to break it apart into expanded form. So I get 300, 60, and 4. Each number is going to get its own column, and then I'm going to take the 3 and I'm going to put it on the outside. The next step would be to actually go ahead and multiply these. So I'm going to do 3 times 300, and I'm going to do 3 times 60, and I'm going to do 3 times 4. If you could you please pause your video for a second and multiply those out? Okay. So you guys multiplied them out. Now let's double check your work. 3 times 3 is 9 plus the 2 zeros. 3 times 6 is 18 plus the 1 0. 3 times 4 is 12. Pause your video again. What's the next step? What do you do with the 900, the 180, and the 12? That's right. You add them together. Why don't you go ahead and add them? Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and add them. 900, 180, plus 12. Nothing, nothing, and 2 is 2. 8 and 1 is 9. 9 and 1 is 10. So I get my answer, 1,092. So let's make this a little bit more complicated. Let's say we have a 2-digit number times a 2-digit number. I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to start off with my box, and I'm going to take this number, and I'm going to break it apart. I'm going to get 20 and 3. Each number gets its own column. Now I'm going to take this 22 and do the same thing. I'm going to break it apart into 20 and 2. And each one of those numbers gets its own row. Now I'm going to do 20 times 20, which is
Just a reminder, it's outdoors.
400.
Yay!
Okay, and then I'm going to do 20 times 3, which is 60. And then I'm going to do 2 times 20, which is 40. And I'm going to do 2 times 3, which is 6. And then I'm just going to add those digits together. Now I'm going to take these two. I know that adds up to 100. So 100 plus 400 is 500. Plus 6 more is 506. How would I do this one? What I would like for you to do, I would like for you to solve this problem on your own. Take a screen capture of it and turn it into Mrs. Zelko. If you get it right, you don't need to see me for a mini lesson. If you get it incorrect, obviously you're going to need to see me for a mini lesson. All right, good luck.
Well, we already